You may have noticed that in the last couple of weeks, a lot of left-leaning people have gotten canceled, including Kyle Goss, people like Destiny, and many other like high-profile left-leaning people that up till now could have said anything they wanted. All of a sudden, they're getting canceled. So the question is, where are the right wingers? Where are the free speech warriors? I seen this being asked constantly, and the answer is there aren't any anymore. Like, congratulations, you've got them banned. Like, first they came for the right wingers, now they're coming for you. There is no one to speak for you. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but it's true. Now, the few of us that are left, myself included, have actually said several times that I do not like the fact that Destiny is getting banned. I do not like the fact that he's getting banned from Kick. I think more people should be exposed to what Destiny is saying. If it was up to me, it would be taught in classrooms. It would be like, dear kids, this is a liberal. This is what he thinks. These are his opinions. This is what he has to say. Like, I would give him a megaphone. I would even give money to Destiny so he can spread the word even farther. But unfortunately, there aren't many people like me that are for free speech. As I mentioned, either many of them have got banned themselves or they gotten hardened after seeing their friends getting banned and no one from the left helping, in fact justifying the ban or encouraging even more bans. And the situation is exactly like this meme is pointing out. It's why do you want people to lose their jobs for calling for assassination and wishing death upon you? That's pretty hypocritical when you didn't like getting fired for using the rogue pronouns, thinking men can't be women, making an okay hand sign, and wearing a MAGA hat in your Facebook photo, right? So basically, the amount of things that requires a right-wing person to get canceled is very low. It's very low. After so many years of cancel culture, I have seen football players getting canceled because their wives posted a joke during the BLM riots. So like their wives from Sarajevo was in a different country posted a joke on Facebook, and the football player himself was forced to disavow his wife, apologize on behalf of his wife, and then he got fired from LA Galaxy, and people were booing and cheering as he got fired, right? So like, you're comparing that with famous people that are basically making it absolutely clear that they're not joking, that they do mean what they say, and they are happy because tragedies happen. And they also say, oh, if you're a right-winger, you deserve it, right? So I wouldn't put it in the same universe when it comes to things like that, but here's the deal, right? Now, I personally have never tried to cancel anyone in my entire life. I have never reported anyone on any videos. I have never flagged anyone. Like, the worst that I have done is to block people. But you gotta come to terms with the reality you live in. It doesn't matter what principles you have and what opinions you have. You gotta look at the world the way it is. And way back in 2016, it was the left that came with feminism, and they said that sexist jokes normalize sexism. Racist jokes normalize racism. But for some reason, they didn't think that cancel culture and censorship normalizes cancel culture and censorship. And they actually managed to do that. Like you had the society that was uphold that Reddit is banning people for political takes. Like, people were just bewildered that social media can now ban your account for just talking about the news. But it went on for so long that it became normalized. And now that you have a social media platform which bans people less, X for instance, like X still bans you, but a lot less than the others, and everyone is freaking out. Why is X allowing this? Why are we allowing this? And the thing is that I always said that this is what's going to happen. When you create a culture that justifies censorship, big corporations will salivate over that, because you're giving big corporations so much power to decide what is and isn't allowed to say. So of course they're going to like that, because now they can get AI, and in order to make sure that there's no hate speech, they have to listen in on you, they have to listen into your private conversation, they have to spy on you. And everyone agrees with that. No, that's actually good. You know, it's good that Sony listens to you while you're playing video games to train their AI, because that's how they keep kids safe. That's how they keep Skullfuck47 from not dropping the PewDiePie gamer words. Right? It's now the corporations that have to keep people safe. When I was a kid, I was told that the internet is an extremely dangerous and very bad place. And due to that, myself and my friends were actually protecting by making sure we have nicknames, making sure that we never meet anyone from the internet, making sure that we do not give our real address or any identifiable information. Like, that's the internet that I grew up with, which was basically the onus is on you as a teenager, because I started using it at around the age of 16. It was like the onus on me to keep myself safe. And that was a very healthy mindset to have. Now it's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry, just do whatever. Companies will keep you safe. And this is like the type of mentality that has been created. Like, this is what people genuinely believe. And the problem with this is that governments are now taking advantage of this. Like, in the European Union, governments are justifying censorship, much to the horror and dismay of Eastern Europe. We already went through communism. We already went through Soviet Union. The difference between the West and the Soviet Union is that the West could say whatever they wanted. Well, now we can't. Now, even if something is legal and you can say it on the street, if you say it on social media, you get the censorship, you get the fascismus. Case in point, there was an attack in Germany a couple of months ago where you had a person that was the far-right Islamophobe, irrational fear of Islam, gets attacked by a man with a knife. And when the police comes in, they tackle the far-righter, which frees the terrorist for long enough in order to stab the police officer. And the German government requires that video to be removed from social media. Elon Musk basically said, yeah, we gotta remove it because the German government asked X to do it. And that video is not illegal in the United States. Like, you should be able to see it, but the German government doesn't want you to see it. And it's true for many other countries. I don't even know if that video itself is illegal in Germany, by the way. Because again, it's like an event that happened and it's newsworthy. I mean, the media reports on it, right? So, like, the media is allowed to report on it, but you're not allowed to show the footage that the media sees in order to make the reporting? Like, how does that work? I don't know German legislation, but it's very bizarre. But the point is, like, you have convinced the people with the power of the internet, and this is not just in America, it's worldwide, using America's cultural hegemony and the internet, you have convinced people that cancel culture is amazing. I mean, it took a Cold War. It took Nazism, fascism, the Soviet Union, and everything else to convince people that actually freedom is better. That actually, you know, you can have a way of life without the Gestapo, without the KGB. You can have a way of life without censoring, without wiretapping phones, without looking through people's emails, without checking to see what people put in the postal office. Like, we actually created a world where everyone believed that, yeah, free speech is a good thing. And only dictatorships ban the press. Only dictatorship ban free speech. And the press isn't just the corporate press, mind you. No. Like, the press is anyone that wants to publish something for the public. That's what the press was. And you manage to create the system where, no, actually, that's immoral. Like, what we need is censorship, right? So now leftists are getting censored by the same apparatus that they created, by the same thing that they justified into existence. Now they are getting censored, and they're wondering, where are the right-wingers? And I'm telling you, you can have all the right-wingers in the world vouch for you. You can have, like, literally every single right-winger in the world vouch for Kyle Goss. Every single one. And it's not going to change shit. Because at this point, it's so ingrained in the culture that it will probably take 10 more years or so with people advocating for free speech constantly in order for this shit to go away. And I just don't think it's going to happen. Right-wingers do not have any power in the academia. They do not have any power in social media except for X. I don't know if there's any right-wingers working at Twitch, or who's going to tell the very comfortable position of trust and safety councils from all these companies that their service is no longer needed. I mean, these motherfuckers are making tens of thousands of dollars by basically sitting on their ass and doing almost nothing. And now you think you can go and tell them, hey, yeah, you know, like, we're for free speech now, so you're not needed anymore. Yeah, that's not going to work out. It's very difficult to dismantle what they created. So yeah, now leftists are going to get canceled. And I think right-wingers are going to get canceled as well, because all the power now belongs to the big corporations and the governments. It's too late. It's too late. Like, there was a time when if people came together and said, yeah, we don't like this type of censorship. You know, when Alex Jones, he was the first, right? Like, Alex Jones was the first one to get mass deplatformed from everywhere.